Hey guys, so I finally decided to move on to other shows and talk about them since I think I have a good amount to say about a variety of properties. To start as a good baseline going forward, I've decided to make a quick and dirty video talking about my 5 favorite animes. Keep in mind these are in no particular order, and I'm intentionally leaving JoJo out since you already know I love JoJo. So let's start out with number 5. Kaguya-sama Love is War is the first anime I've ever watched, and it's an amazing show with a lot of thought and care put into it. The show follows two geniuses, Kaguya Shinomiya and Muki Shiogane, who love each other, but both think that confessing is akin to defeat, so they plot extravagant schemes in order to converse the other to break first. The setting of Shushin Academy, an elite school for Japan's wealthy and powerful teenagers, works well both as a comedy setting and as an important aspect of character development. This show is a rom-com through and through, and the exquisite romance is equally matched with actually funny comedy. The side characters don't feel distracting, unlike some other shows, and have complex and thought-provoking character development in between their comedic moments. This was the show that got me hooked on the medium, and looking back, I can see why. Quick side note, the dub is somehow even more funny and has a narrator that I'm sure will go down in history for his dedication and genius line delivery. Give it a watch in either language. You won't regret it. Love, Chinibyo, and Other Delusions is a show that I truly love with all of my weeb heart. The show follows the interpersonal relationships between those affected or near what's called 8th grade syndrome, or Chinibyo, a phenomenon where teenagers pretend to wield magic weapons or powers to escape their mundane and often changing lives. Our MC, Yuta Togashi, once had a Chinibyo phase himself, but now finds his past self cringe. He's pulled back into this crazy, LARPing world when Rika Takanashi, his new neighbor, is fully engulfed with the syndrome in all aspects of her life. The two find friendship and eventually romance while navigating through adolescence in the coolest way possible. The show was funny too, and somehow made me audibly laugh multiple times, which is hard for me to do in general. The side characters once again are on point and represent different aspects of the world of being a Chinibyo, and the impact it has on someone socially. The romance is truly well done and beautiful here, and this story has an actual ending for once. It has 2 seasons and a movie wrapping it up, and I'm not exaggerating when I say I have seen the movie 20, count it, 20 times. The show is peak, not much else to say. Also, the dub is good, regardless of what you might hear. Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai is a show that's very important to me, and if you can tell by my avatar on this channel already. This show follows those who find themselves affected by what's called adolescence or puberty syndrome, which translates a teenager's societal or mental stress into a physical, supernatural ailment, through somewhat accurate quantum mechanics, I guess. Our protagonist, Sakta Zusagawa, uses his natural charisma, smart-ass personality, and sympathetic nature to help those affected by the syndrome work through their problems. The show also features a pitch-perfect romance between him and one Mai Sakurajima, a famous actress and the greatest wife who ever made, in my opinion. The show isn't as heavy on the comedy, although it is there every episode, but instead focuses on melodrama and romance. The show deals with its themes in a mature and even sometimes uncomfortable yet necessary way. The show is a delight to watch, and its structure of 2 to 3 episode arcs makes it engaging too. The show is still getting content made for it. In fact, season 2 is airing as we speak. There's the first season, 3 movies, then the second season, which is what's still ongoing. As an adamant fan of the series, I was worried about the dub at first, but I quickly came around to it, so that's good too. Bake Monogatari is the first entry in the Monogatari series, and it's phenomenal. The show is extremely complex in its themes and references, and very nuanced in its metaphorical significance. The show follows Koyomi Araragi, someone who was temporarily a vampire a few months prior, and as a result is now focused on helping those afflicted by supernatural entities, called apparitions. The appeal in this series is broad, since it has a very stylized and transformative animation style, impeccable dialogue, and intricate Japanese wordplay, with stellar vocal performances. The show may seem slower, since the episodes are mostly comprised of dialogue, but is by no means boring. Each character's unique and striking personality makes any scene in this show fun. The OST also makes you love this series pretty much instantly, but you probably already knew that from seeing it around. It's pretty popular. Araragi's colorful personality and how it contrasts with Senjo Gahara Hitagi, his girlfriend after the first arc, is something I love more than I could describe in this little video. Senjo Gahara, by the way, is one of my favorite things ever made, transcending anime or even fictional media. So there's that. This is the first show in a long and clever series that you have to at least give a shot. It's beautiful in every way, so you don't really have a choice. It's sort of difficult to pick what my favorite anime would be, but at this point in time it's probably Toradora. Toradora is a show about Ryuji Takasu, a misunderstood high school student who everyone fears for his menacing face, and Taiga Aisaka, a small yet fierce girl who everyone fears because she might actually hurt someone. The two enter an alliance of convenience to help each other get their best friends, in relationships with them. Ryuji helps Taiga with Kitamura, who's his friend, and Taiga helps Ryuji to get with Minori, her only friend. The dynamic is shaken up when Ami Kawashima, a famous model, enters the fray and complicates their shenanigans further. The show has one of the best, if not the best, romance plot lines in the medium, and the emotional moments hit like a truck. Much like Bakemonogatari, it's difficult for me to explain why I like this show so much because I like everything about it. The dialogue, the OST, the animation, both English and Japanese voice casts, and its romance and drama storytelling. This show is one of the most famous in its genre, and I no doubt will make an unreasonably long video about it someday. I am ordering you to watch this, and you have no say in the matter. Before we cap off, I want to talk about a quick honorable mention that didn't quite make it to the top 5, but is knocking on the door regardless. Ouran High School Host Club. This show is a generational banger, and I would love to make its own dedicated video soon, but I didn't want to drag this video on for too long. Just know that I have a lot to say about it. So that was it for the ranking. Do you agree with my picks? What are your favorite anime? Let me know down below, and I'll see you all next time.